Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Well, first of all, let's say thanks to Allah because of His blessing, we can stay here without any obstacle. Secondly, peace and solution might be upon our Prophet Muhammad SAW. Okay, let's introduce our group. We are from Group 1. We will present about phonetics and phonology. Furthermore, for the speaker is me, Dea Aulia Parinduri. The second speaker is Deby Irma, and for the last speaker is Inez Fannisa. First, definition of phonology. Phonology is the term used for the study of the speech sounds used in the particular language. The distinctive accent that many learners of English have are due to difference between the phonological system of their language and that of English from birth, and possibly before we learn to recognize and produce the distinctive sounds of our own language. We do not need to give any thought to how to have the lips, tongue, teeth, and etc. working together to produce the desired sounds. The physical structure of parts of the sound system are adapted to produce native language sounds. Next, definition of phonetics. Phonetics is the study of the articulation and acoustic properties of the sounds of human language. Phonetics is the study of the sounds of language. These sounds are called phonemes. Phonetics has three different aspects. First, articulatory phonetics. The study of how speech sounds are produced by the human vocal apparatus. Second, acoustic phonetics. The study of the sound waves made by the human vocal organs for communication. Third, auditory phonetics. The study of how speech sounds are perceived by ear, auditory nerve, and brain. Next, models of phonetics. First, the vocal tract. Second, voice and voiceless. Third, the place of articulation. Okay, next slide will be read by Deby Irma.
Okay, now I'm going to explain the vocal tract. Vocal tract is the airway used in the production of speech, especially the passage above the larynx, including the pharynx, mouth, and nasal cavities. First one is alveolar ridge. A short distance behind the upper teeth is a change in the angle of the roof of the mouth. This is the alveolar ridge zone, which involves the area between upper teeth, and this ridge are called alveolars. The second is hard palate. The hard portion of the roof of the mouth. The term palate by itself usually refers to the hard palate. Soft palate or velum. The soft portion of the roof of the mouth lying behind the hard palate. The tongue hits the velum in the sound k, g, and ng. The velum can also move. If it lowers, it creates an opening that allows air to flow out through the nose. If it stays raised, the opening is blocked, and no air can blow through the nose. Next. Uvula, the small dangly thing at the back of the soft palate. The uvula vibrates during the R in many French dialects. Pharynx, the cavity between the root of the tongue and the walls of the upper throat. Tongue, the flat surface of the tongue just behind the tip. Tongue body, the main part of the tongue, lying below the hard and soft palate. The body, especially the back part of the body, moves to make vowel and many consonants. And then tongue root. The lowest part of the tongue is the throat. And then epiglottis, the fourth of tissue below the root of the tongue. The epiglottis help cover the larynx during swallowing. Next, vocal fold. Vocal fold is fold of tissue stretched across the airway to the lungs. They can vibrate against each other, providing much of the sound during speech. And then glottis, the opening between the vocal cord during a glottal stop. The vocal cords are held together and there is not opening between them. And the last one is larynx, the structure that holds and manipulates the vocal cord. In males, is bone formed by the foreign part of the larynx. Voice and voiceless. Voice. A simple explanation of voice consonant is that they use the voice. It is easy to tap by putting your finger on your throat. If you feel a vibration, the consonant is voiced. Here is a list of some voiced consonants. Pronounce each consonant sound, not the letter, and feel the vibration on your vocal cord. For example, b, d, the, v, l, r, the, and j. And then the next one is voiceless. Voiceless consonants do not use the voice. They are percussive and use hard sound. Once again, you can test if a consonant is voiceless by putting your finger on your throat. You will feel no vibration in your throat. Just a short explosion of air as you pronounce. Pronounce each of these consonant sound and feel no vibration in your throat. For example, p, t, k, s, sh, ch, and r. Next will be explained by Inez Fannisa.
The place of articulation. These are the names for the places of articulation used in English, such as number 1, bilabial. The articulation are the two lips. English bilabial sounds include h, b, and m. Number 2 is labiodental. These sounds are formed with the upper teeth and lower lip. English labiodental sounds include f dan f. Number 3, dental. Dental sounds are formed with the tongue tip behind the upper front teeth. Number 4, alveolar. These sounds are formed with the front part of the tongue on the alveolar ridge, which is the rough bony ridge immediately behind the upper teeth. These alveolar sounds include th, the, n, s, z, and l. The place of articulation. Number 5 is alveopalatal, formed by the hard part in the root of mouth called palate. Sound which is produced with the tongue at the in front of the palate is the alveolar ridge. It's called alveopalatal. Number 6 is palatal. These sounds are formed with the tongue middle and the palate. Number 7, velars. The active articulator is in the tongue body and the passive articulator is in the soft palate or velum. Sounds produced with the back of the tongue against the velum are called velars. English velars include k and g. Number 8 is uvular. The sounds are produced from the tongue back and the uvula. Number 9 is glottal. Glottal sounds are made in the larynx. There are two other sounds which they produce without the active use of the tongue and the other parts of the mouth. English glottal include h.
Next is manner of articulation. The consonants are sounds which involve full or partial blocking of airflow. In English, the consonants are p, b, t, d, ch, j, k, g, f, th, such, z, sh, j, m, n, ng, l, r, y, w, and y. They are classified in a number of different ways, depending on the local track, according the manner of articulation. How breath is used, the consonant are, number one is stop. Stop is also known as vowels. The air is blocked for a moment, and the air is blocked for a moment, then release. The word stops refers to the stopping the air. The word provides refers to the release the air in English. They are p, b, t, d, g, and g. Number two is fricatives. Fricatives, they are sound produced by having the air rub against some surface in the mouth, causing the friction. In English, there are include f, t, d, s, z, sh, z, and h. Number three is affricates. Affricates are sound that produced by made up for two parts, a stop and fricate. In English, we have ch and j. Nasal. Nasal are sounds made with the air passing through the nose. In English, there are m, n, and ng. Number five is laterals. Laterals is sounds are produced by having the air go out of the mouth from both the sides of the tongue. In English, this input is Number six is vibrant. Vibrant is a sound produced by having the tongue vibrate in the mouth. Number seven is semivowels. There are a half consonant and half vowel. In English, we have W and Y. And the conclusion is, phonemic awareness is a subset of the phonological awareness which listeners are able to hear, identify, and manipulate phonemes. The smallest units of the sounds that can be differentiate meaning.
Okay, this is our present about phonetic and phonology. Thank you very much for your attention, guys. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.